Good afternoon. So we're down in the veggie patch and we're going to do a really quick little harvest and also some watering and maintenance that we got to do. There's a bit of powdery mildew that needs to be trimmed off some plants and just a bit of, general maintenance. So I'm going to quickly get on and do this. Go bed by bed. So I've just watered the strawberry tower, which is doing really well. And now we're going to go to the zucchini bed. I'm going to lift up this netting and trim off all of the leaves that have powdery mildew and also treat the rest of them with the potassium bicarbonate. So this netting is doing a really good job of stopping the possums getting in here and eating all of this. But obviously we're just fighting the powdery mildew as we expected. And I haven't done any treatments with the potassium bicarbonate for probably close to 2 weeks. And I just noticed that there is a huge increase in the powdery mildew. So we'll treat them now and we'll see how they go. I'm not convinced that it's a surefire cure, but if it helps a bit, then that'll be good. I'm just getting out all of these really yucky ones. Will hopefully help. I have my next round of seedlings started, so once these ones are done for, we can replace them. Okay, so now that I've chopped off all of the worst of the leaves, oh, there's another really bad one. I'm going to use a potassium bicarbonate solution to treat the rest of them. This is something that I found this year, and I'm giving it a go. I'm not sure if it's doing anything to help, but I thought it was worth a try. Basically, it's a mixture of potassium bicarbonate, water, and a little bit of dish soap. And you just spray it all over the plant, and it's supposed to kill the powdery mildew. I have noted that if you do it when it's sunny or you mix it up too strong, it does burn your leaves. So be a bit careful about that if you're going to try it. And I don't know if I can recommend it yet, so I will keep you posted. But I just try to do both the top and the bottom and the stem. And just give it all really good covering. While we're in here, I'm going to have some basil because we're going to have pesto pasta for dinner. So I'm just going to chop this quite a bit back in the hopes that it will bush out as well. So I'm just kind of cutting it back to just above a leaf node, and that way it can send out multiple branches from there. I think this basil's getting a bit shaded out by the zucchini, but it's doing reasonably well. There's a nice little handful of basil. We'll get some more from up at the house herb garden as well. So in this bed I've just got some cucumbers to harvest, and I think everything just needs a water. Yeah, that's probably about it, so that's good. Oh, we've actually got a white cucumber that's growing. That's exciting. Ooh. Okay, so 1, 2, and this funny looking one to harvest, and we've got plenty more growing, so that's great. So there, that's our first of the Redlands white cucumbers from the plants that were destroyed by the possums. So that's awesome. I'm glad we're actually going to get one. Everything else in this bed is looking really good. The transplants are doing well. Even that tiny little capsicum that didn't have much of a root system, it's doing good too. So everything just needs water. And then, oh dear, look at that sad, sorry state of affairs over there. I've just noticed that my taking off of the capsicum fruit seems to have worked. So that was the one that didn't have any fruit over winter and then started growing massive once spring hit. And these two were the ones that had fruit and hadn't really grown much. This one's starting to put on some new growth since I took the fruit off. And this one around here is starting to flower and has put on quite a bit of growth as well. So I think I made the right decision. Okay, so our cherry falls are not long for this world. They have being taken over by the powdery mildew. It is insane how quickly it came on. So I had a little bit, I was trimming it off, I was treating it, and then I came out here one day and it was just covered. So I'm going to take any of the fruit that is blushing. We've had a little bit off it already. And then I'm going to just see how long it lasts and how much of this fruit we can actually get to ripen. This branch is actually broken. I think it's so heavy from the amount of fruit that's on it. Look at that. That is so many huge cherry tomatoes. So I actually might take all of those because that can't be very good for it to hang it on by a thread. We'll see if those ripen or not. And yeah, there's a couple of other ones that are a little bit ripened. I'll certainly have to give these fruit a good wash. So I'm just going to take off this entire one, like I said. Some of these are very green, so I don't think they're going to ripen, but you never know. We'll put them in the fruit bowl and see what happens. I'm probably going to cut all of these stems off though, because they are covered in powdery mildew. The obvious thing in this bed is that this zucchini has succumbed to the powdery mildew and is no longer. So we'll get rid of that. In bed, and I'm going to do some harvesting in here. And also I want to have a look at these beetroots and see how they're going. They are bulbing up. Okay, they are bulbing up, but that's a job for another day. We'll look at them properly, get this cover off and have a look another day. Now, I'm going to harvest beans. Again, this will probably be easier with the cover off. We'll come in from this angle now. Let's have a look in here. I understand why they call these a Cherokee wax bean now, because they feel really funny. They got a funny like coating on them. It goes away when you eat it. You cook them. While we're in here, I'm going to take out these spinach plants. If they're not already bolted, they will do very shortly. So I'll get them out, and this will give the beans a bit more space. That's a big one. I'm also going to harvest some of this silver beet. Again, this is probably going to start not tasting very nice with the heat. So I'm going to harvest the heat. We'll leave the plant in and see what happens. But if I've got it harvested, I can put it in the freezer at least. Not much of the plant left. There's quite a bit actually. But look, isn't that just a beautiful bunch of veggies? Such pretty colours. The remnants of the plant. So there's still a bit there. The basket is starting to overflow. And I didn't think there was much down here to get, but wow, look at all of that. Okay, in the last bed, all we have is a single cherry tomato to harvest, and I'm just going to water it. What I find really interesting about these cherry tomatoes in this bed is that they have not one tiny bit of powdery mildew on them, which is crazy when they're not that far away from those cherry falls ones that are just dying from powdery mildew. So makes me think that the cherry falls ones are particularly susceptible to it, and I'm not going to grow them again because clearly they're not going to do well here. I probably should be trimming back these wild beasts though. They've gone crazy. In other happy news, it looks like my terrible netting job is doing the trick, and the possums or kangaroos or whatever it is not getting in here anymore and eating these plants. We have new leaves starting on the rosellas, and the melons, even though they're not in their cages, are still alive and not eaten. So that is wonderful. Well, that's it for today. Just a quick video about what I am doing with a little bit of maintenance in the vegetable garden. This is kind of a every few days sort of routine. I come down here and go bed by bed and have a look at what needs to be done. So I'm going to take my nice little harvest that I didn't expect and head up for the evening. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope you get into your own gardens, and I will see you on the next one. Bye guys. Yeah, that's right. We're starting to get chooky eggs. Just a couple of them are laying at the moment, but it is very exciting, and my daughter loves going down and getting the eggs every day. This is where the final harvest of the day will be from. This is our herb garden up near the house, and we'll be taking some of these basils, which are lettuce leaf basils, to make our pesto. But I'm going to let my daughter help me with harvesting those.